I'm ready. What about you guys? You ready for this? I'm gonna leave it on softly, see if that does anything. I'm trying out a new mic. Well, not a new mic. I now have, the word escaped me. All filmmakers are probably getting mad at me now. But welcome back to this little episode. Boom mic, there we go. I couldn't remember the word of a boom mic. So I got a new little boom mic on my camera to see if the audio quality is somewhat better or not than when I just do the built-in camera. But anyway, let's go and turn this music off because it is distracting me for a bit. Bam. Oh. And let's do that. Hey, Rockstar. Welcome. I'm not using the full set of audio, so I can't do the special effects. But I can try my best to go, hey, Rockstar. Welcome to this mini-sode. It's entitled How to Handle Fear. How to Take on Fear Like a Rockstar. Alright. I'm going to set this up real quick. Boom. We're going to share the screen. We want the audio for this thing. Oh, wait. Boom. Let's try it again. What happened? Oh, gotcha. How's everyone doing? How's your Monday? Was it a good Monday? Did you accomplish all your Monday goals today? I hope so. Anyway, boom. There we go. We are back to the Instagrammy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's... Where is it? I just pulled it out of the archive. Oh, here it is. Let's go.
Okay, I've been reading The Complete Game of Life and How to Play by Florence Scovel Shinn.
It's a good little read.
I just want to share this excerpt with you. There is no peace or happiness for man until he has erased all fear from the subconscious. Fear is misdirected energy. It must be redirected or transmuted into faith. Jesus Christ said, Why are you fearful, O ye of little faith? All things are possible to him that believeth. Be encouraged. There is no fear amongst the believers, only faith. Much love, many blessings.
Let's pause that real quick. Hey, what's going on, Eclipse Lawn Care? Actually, I would like to get you on my show one of these days. You being a business owner and a musician, all that fun stuff for Hey Rockstar that happens on Thursdays at 5:55. So check your schedule, Marky Mark, and let me know if you are doable for a interview with a rock star here on Hey Rockstar. And I just remembered it's Monday, so I take off the glasses, the hat, show you my beautiful self. Forgot to start the timer. I guess you get a little extra time of rant. You know what? Let's go and watch the video again. And I'll start the timer.
Okay, I've been reading The Complete Game of Life and How to Play by Florence Scovel Shinn, and I just want to share this excerpt with you. There is no peace or happiness for man until he has erased all fear from the subconscious. Fear is misdirected energy. It must be redirected or transmuted into faith. Jesus Christ said, Why are you fearful, O ye of little faith? All things are possible to him that believeth. Be encouraged. There is no fear amongst the believers, only faith. Much love, many blessings.
All right. I gotta come back a bit because that's not really a true statement that I said 3 years ago. I mean, it could be a true statement, and I believed it at the time, but now my thought process, my belief process has changed. There is fear. There is fear amongst believers. And fear is just something that happens to us all. What we choose to do with that feeling is totally up to you. Do you choose to be paralyzed by it? Do you choose to be limited by it? Or do you choose to rise up to it? It's all different attitudes. It's all different states. So I'm not here to say that your life is going to be fearless or you're not going to have moments of fear, because there are actually some fears that are like a spook, like in the adrenaline rush. You're going on a roller coaster, or someone just surprises you at that first moment of not knowing. You're like, whoa, and then you're excited, or you can be happy, whatever. But it's whenever you live in a constant state of just a fear, of not wanting to try anything, of not wanting to get out of your comfortable spot, because any little deviation will cause unpleasantness. I guess that's the kind of fear that I'm referring to, when that tends to happen to some people when they've stopped. Some people, once they've retired, they kind of just stop living. It's not, I don't want to say that's a fear base, but they just. So I guess I'm not saying to strive to live a fearless life or to live fearlessly, although I do have a song called Call Me Fearless. And in the lyrics, it's basically, well, it's based off of a quote. I can't remember who said it, but I've heard it a few times through speakers. And they say that fear is the only thing that becomes smaller the faster you run towards it. And so in the song Call Me Fearless, basically the hook is, it's charging, I am running towards you, fear. Call me fearless. Smaller, you shrink to nothing the faster I run at you. Call me fearless. And so it's a great motivation. It's a great inspirational saying that as long as I take on my fears, if I take on my phobias head on, I will eventually eradicate them. Actually, I'm not sure, I don't have permission to use this, but the guy who just gave me a shout out, he had a phobia of a certain animal, and he conquered, I mean, to the point where just to see a picture of this animal, it would paralyze him, and he decided to conquer that fear. And I remember one time that he started with pictures, and then finally he's like, you know what, I want to go to a place where they have these animals, and he invited me to a convention of sorts of people who breed these animals, and he stayed his distance, but he was brave enough to walk into the element. And eventually he got to the point where he bought one and had one as a pet for several years. So that's an example of charging towards your fear. So you could not have come at a better time, Mr. Eclipse. But great. But one thing that I want to say for those who fear growth or fear venturing out, because as a rock star, we are trying to become entrepreneurs. We're trying to become excellent in our fields. We want to not be in the same place a year from now that we are now, and a lot of that requires conquering fears. One of the best ways to conquer fear, to conquer the unknown, fear the unknown, is to start educating yourself, is to start listening. There is a great promise in the book of promises that says fear, or that states that faith comes by hearing. Faith is I'm going back to what I said, there's no fear amongst the believers, there's only faith. Faith is the evidence of things not seen, the evidence of things hoped for. So I'm not trying to say that's the opposite of fear, but faith definitely gives you courage, gives you stability whenever you're going through a fearful moment, because you know that this is temporary, or this is not real, or this is just a strong emotion that you can overcome. You can go forward and become a better version of yourself. So by educating yourself, by listening to words of empowerment. That book, the Game of Life and How to Win, or How to Play the Game of Life. I think that's How to Play the Game of Life and Win, or something like that. By Francis Skovichin. I need to look it up. It's actually, no, I gave it to someone, so I need to get another copy. I gave away the copy I had. But it's a book of affirmations. That's when I first kind of turned on into using the promises as affirmations. It's a good way to get your mind off of your limiting doubts, your limiting beliefs. It's a good way to start exchanging that by filling it up with words of life, not of death. I'm really big on speaking positivity, speaking life, speaking, or there's even a saying, or maybe one of my Motivation Mondays, and maybe I'm getting way ahead of myself, where I said that we're all prophets because we are all the words that we speak. But of course, you first need to fill your mind. You need to fill your vocabulary. You need to fill yourself up with these good words, so that then you can start proclaiming them and speaking them. And when you are face to face with fear, say, I know you're there. I know how terrified I am of you, but I know that I can move forward because I have the confidence, I have the courage, I have this desire to, like, the desire to succeed is far greater than desire looking or this is far greater than this fear that I have of succeeding. The desire to get out of this rut, the desire to become someone different is greater than the fear of changing from here. Maybe this isn't a message for you. Maybe you're like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. How can you understand fear? All I know is the more I learn about something complicated, the easier it is to understand. The more time I spend watching, the more time I spend practicing, the more time I invest in becoming well versed in a practice, the less timid I am in repeating it and doing it again. For example, no, actually, I'm not going to use that example because that's kind of too personal, and you guys aren't ready for all my personal. I got to keep something. I gotta keep something for the paywall, right? Public speaking. To communicate with people doesn't come easy for some. I used to think it came natural to me, but honestly, it's more natural when I'm prepared. I can actually, the more I pour in here, the more I read, the more I learn, the more I grow and add value, the easier it is for me to wing it or to come up with something on the fly whenever presented a challenge. I'm not paralyzed by fear, but I will take it and hone it because I said, I will jump because I know that there's something in me that will come out at the right time. And of course, with speaking, you practice, you learn how to position yourself, you learn how to make eye contact, you learn how to use whatever examples you can, body language. You can be sad, you can use your voice, you can amplify, and all this is education that I didn't grow up knowing. I learned it, I studied it, I practiced it, and now I can apply it fearlessly because I took the time to fill myself up, to educate myself up, to learn more about my enemy, to learn more about my challenge, to learn more about that one thing that I want to get to. And the more I know, the more confidence that it stirs within me. And once I have that confidence, I can run boldly. I can handle this fear like a rock star. I can succeed, or even if I fail, I can dust myself off and say, well, that was a lesson well learned. Let's not do that again. Let's do this instead, because that confidence is there. Because I've done the work in preparing myself mentally, in preparing myself emotionally, in preparing myself physically, because sometimes communication takes a while. So all that to say, as my timer is about to run out. Fear comes to us all. Don't expect that you won't have moments of fear. But the more you prepare yourself, the more you educate yourself, the more you absorb and take in value, take in good, the easier it will be for you to stand up, to rise up to the occasion, and to take that fear head on. Run towards it. And then you'll see it get smaller and smaller and smaller. Perfect timing. Y'all, this has been a Hey Rockstar mini-sode. How to take on fear like a rock star. By the way, the podcast, episode 37, Interview with the Rockstar with Christian Taylor, is out now. Check it out on either Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, which I personally like to use. This young man at 19 has already started multiple businesses and is thriving as a YouTuber. There's some great tips for those of you who want to become a YouTuber or who want to become a successful online influencer. Check out the talk that I had, the interview I had with him. You can also play this back on this channel, on the YouTube channel or the Facebook channel. Again, it was episode 37. And this Thursday at 5:55, we have another interview with a rock star, but this is going to be a little different. Actually, it might be more of a conversation with a rock star, because this one we're bringing in someone who he lives here, but he speaks mostly Spanish, and I want to try to do the best, either bilingual or all Spanish episodes. So bring your translator or bring your whatever you can to listen in. Well, I'll try my best, but it's based on relationships. Relationship advice that this person has been blessed to be giving people. Anyway, it's going to be totalmente en español. So if you want to just practice that heavenly tongue, or you just want to learn more Spanglish or Spanish, come check it out. It's definitely going to be because I can speak it, but to speak it to their level, I'm a little fearful. But I've prepared myself. I'm going to educate myself, and I'm going to run towards it like a rock star. So until next time, take the value that you got from here, guys, apply it to your disciplines, and become the rock star of your industry. So until next time, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, this is Josafat Emiliano. Miguel's taking a break, and I just want to say much love.